There's been a lot of talk about vaccines lately. Should we vaccinate our kids, or should we leave them in the natural, helpless state they were born in? It's a tough question, you know, and it's perfectly understandable if you'd want your child to, die before the age of 10. All kids really do is eat, sleep, poop and cry. They're just smelly gremlins. You know, in the past, vaccines weren't even a thing. There was no debate, because parents had no choice except to let their kids run free without some kind of weird fear of needles. Some people must be thinking this was a glorious time, free of doctors trying to immunise their children from easily preventable diseases. You know, this was a carefree time, a time of happiness, freedom and plague. That's right, plague. The Black Death was one of the worst pandemics in human history, resulting in the wiping out of 75 to 200 million people. It swept across the entirety of Europe in less than a decade's time and created a whole series of religious, social and economic upheavals. This utter disaster of human health caused chaos that took Europe the best part of 150 years to recover from. Even then, it still kept popping up in the 19th century. Now see, here's the thing. At the end of the 18th century, there was a doctor named Edward Jenner who pretty much established the protocol of introducing small traces of a disease to a human being so that their immune system can deal with them in a safe, death-free environment, thereby leading to them being immune to it in later years on a larger scale. Now, I'm not saying that correlation implies causation, but I'm fairly certain that vaccination and immunisation is the key reason that Europe isn't a giant graveyard for the bubonic. But hey, maybe history isn't your thing. Maybe you don't particularly care about widespread death unless it affects you. Ebola scare anyone? Maybe, say, you only care about how vaccinations reportedly cause autism within children. Wouldn't that just be awful, to have an autistic child? I know that I would much rather have my child fucking die of smallpox than have slight autism, wouldn't you? No! You see how bloody stupid you sound? I have friends with varying degrees of autism, and I've not gotten around to asking them, but I'm willing to bet my left kidney that they're very glad they're not constantly coughing up blood and losing limbs every now and again. How are you so fucking scared of autism that you'd risk your child's life trying to prevent it? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Of course you don't want that to happen. That's why you're taking your children to measles parties. What's a measles party? I hear nobody ask because I'm in a room talking to a camera by myself. Well, I'll tell you. Some people are taking their children to gatherings in the hopes that they'll catch measles from the other children, thereby being immune to catching measles again. That's a fucking brilliant idea! Now, if only this would catch on, if only it become more popular, if only doctors could somehow contain a measles party within a small glass vial and, I don't know, say inject our children with it in order to achieve this on a widespread, easy to manage, low cost scale. If only that were the case. Twats. Hi, I'm That Ginger Brit, and you just watched an angry rant about vaccines by me. If you'd like to see another video by me, you can click here. Alternatively, if you'd like to see a gaming montage by me, you can click here. Or, if you just want to follow me on Twitter, links are in the description.